You got Jazz on Mount Rushmore?
No, I said she arguably could give an argument for it. Like everything is there. Everything, bro. Her resume is crazy. Let's just Caps, keep it real. You know what? That's another conversation. See, I won't see that.
Mook. All right, so you telling me Mook, Lux, who else, bro? Rex
We'll
and
get to it.
Jazz.
Okay, let's go to the next.
We
Let's go
gonna
to
put
the
Jazz over Arsenal. We gonna put Jazz over Bird. We gonna put
okay. Let's
Jazz over Diggs.
wait.
We gonna
Let's
put
go.
Jazz over
This
Rex.
dude right here.
We
Okay,
really gonna put Jazz over one of the. Come on, man, stop it.
okay. Next topic. Next topic. We gonna get to it. Next topic. RBE, King of the Dot, URL, good and bad. What was good about him? What was bad about him?
What was good
What was
about him? What
good
was
about
bad
him?
about
Yep.
him?
What was good about him? What was bad about him? Want me to go first?
Yeah, I'm kind of confused
Okay.
what's happening.
When it comes to the URL, man,
Okay.
one thing I can say about the URL that I liked about him, man, consistency. Events month after month after month, 2 to 3 events every month. So when it comes to other leagues, they're not able to match the consistency of battles dropping 2 times every month to the point where we get spoiled and want like, you know how like we used to give them heat, like, man, these some garbage cards. They put
Yeah,
a good card together, but the battle raps ain't coming through on the card. It looked good on paper, but then when you
yeah,
see the event, you like, nah, that was a disappointment, man. It was only probably 2-3 battles that was good on that card. But they doing battles every 2 to 3 months. No other league give us that. We might get how many from RBE a year? Maybe 3. We might get that. We might get 2
okay.
from Chrome, maybe 3 of maybe 4 at the most, maybe from King of the Dot, maybe 3 to 4 somewhere.
It
But
fell
they're
over.
going to give you 10. You're getting 10 or 12 from them. They said at one time they said 22. I don't know if
Yeah,
it was
yeah, yeah.
22 a year, but they said 22 at one time. I'm like, I don't recall 22 events. But however, but you definitely getting 12 events from them. So I like
Okay.
the fact that they do feed the community with cards because they got them rosters, so they got to be committed to the contracts also and giving the
Yeah.
battle rappers they place. So I like that about the URL. What I don't like about the URL is and it's crazy too, Cass. Oh my gosh, man, it's a lot of topics. You know, Organic just made that statement about all these other leagues booking the
Okay.
battles. You remember that? You know
Yeah.
what was crazy? That was the same thing the URL was accusing them of, that they were getting offended at URL about. Now they saying it. Ain't that something?
Say that again.
When Organic just made that statement not too long ago, did you hear the statement?
Saying
When he
that
was,
King of the Dot URL and
no. When he was talking about how these new leagues, all these leagues coming in, booking these battles, and
yeah.
and it's hurting the sport of battle rap.
Okay.
But hold on, that's the same thing the URL was accusing y'all of, that y'all was offended in them about. Now you saying it to the ones like TBE and them, whoever they are doing these and
CBS.
other people. Yeah, they taking the main battles, the good battles. He just made that statement. But it's the same thing the URL was saying about y'all. Now you saying it to them that you was offended with it to the URL about. Now I'm only saying this to say that's the thing about the URL for the most part that I didn't like. I didn't like
Okay.
the capitalism of monopolizing the game to the point that what made us like battle rap and when we used to see the major stars
Mm-hmm.
traveling, going to other places, knocking off giants and putting up like classic moments. Remember Caps how they used to be in California, then they down south, and then they
Mm-hmm.
in the Midwest, and you know, we used to be like, oh man, did you see him when he was there? You see, they got up. And then the URL just monopolized the game and locked it down to the point that at one time it was just strictly New York. So they burnt New York down so bad that they had to leave New York and find other venues to go to so that they can keep it relevant to make money, because it got to the point that it wasn't exciting no more to have an event in New York.
Well, no, I think that's because of Troy Ave shooting. That's when they started shutting shit down.
You don't think it was because of people were tired of seeing the same events being thrown just in New York?
Hell no, that's not why.
Okay, okay.
You gotta remember
I
URL.
believed it was.
URL will sell out an event just New York alone. So that was guaranteed, bro, regardless. It's not like they had a problem selling it out.
Well, when they came up with that idea to go travel places and take main events and put them in different areas, that was smart marketing. When they said, okay, we're going to do Nome in Houston, we're going to do Summer Madness here, we're going to do
But it's
this
cheaper
place
to
in
do that
Cali.
shit too, probably.
Because it's only one time a year there, so the turnout going to be crazy.
Yeah. But that was a good look to spread it out, though. Yeah.
So
URL.
So I was going to say, what was yours? What the thing you liked about the URL and you didn't like about it?
That they branded stars. They put that URL. All right, you know how everybody says URL is the machine. Yeah. I actually like the machine the way they actually marketed some of these people. You know what I'm saying? It makes you more into them. The way they market it, in a sense, I guess, and especially in the beginning, early on, when I remember when I didn't even know who Surf was. You know what I'm saying? That the way they built Surf profile up, Red, all of them niggas and shit. It was just like, it was kind of dope. They made these niggas like into mini superstars in a way from the beginning.
When the first time you saw Surf, when he was in the
when he battled somebody in the basement before the Young Ill battle.
Braggs, what's his name? Briggs.
Yeah, he only had one battle online.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I didn't know who he was. Who the hell is this nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, right. But they built him into superstars though, in a sense. Him hanging with Arch and all that, it was dope. Plus the way they capitalized off the Midwest movement, URL was the shit in the beginning. Yeah. Even when they was dropping them by the rounds. Right. Remember they used to drop the round by the around like a week and some shit every couple days, right. Son. They was dope even back then. Everything was dope.
I love they setup they used to have, Cap. Remember, they used to have not only the round, but they had the clock right there. Remember, they were very professional. They had the clock, the 3-minute clock, and that horn to go off. And you saw the clock, right? Why they stop that? Why they stop that? That was crazy. But go ahead. I see that.
Like that. That's when it was dope back then. That's when Norbs was around and shit. Norbs was heavy with the hands on the URL shit, I feel like.
Okay, but, so what was the
what?
Transgender 420 crazy. These people crazy, man. So
what the fuck?
Yeah. So what was what you didn't like?
Yo, I know why they left YouTube. Obviously, it was to go to the app. YouTube not paying, but that really changed everything when they left YouTube, yo. So many people actually stopped watching battle rap because they didn't go and get the app. It's not even funny. And I feel like a lot of battle rap fans stopped fucking with battle rap, I feel like. Even if you look at RBE, they subscriber count, it's not like it was at 1 million or nothing like that.
Right.
It's not like everybody ran over there to watch their battles, to subscribe to the channel.
Right.
So when URL left, it left like a void for real, for real. Everybody like RBE capitalized off of it. All the other leagues capitalized off of it. You know what I'm saying? Them leaving, but it just left a big ass hole, I feel like. And if you ain't have the app, you was totally out the loop with URL. Okay. I don't like that part.
Okay. So King of the Dot. What I like about King of the Dot is the diversity. I like the diversity. I even like the fact that it's a majority white league. I like the diversity of that. One thing I just didn't like about King of the Dot, I didn't like the fact that they wasn't willing to spin to the point to get major hitters at times. I think they always manage themselves to the point, like, I wanted to always see how a Lux or a Mook would fare over there. I just wanted to see it. A Hitman Holla over there. I just always wanted to see it. But I just think that they never wanted to spend the top buck to get that. I think they kept it a minimal balance of basically not overtaxing, but just kept it to a point where, like, I don't know, man. It's kind of tricky.
But was the big buck there, though? I've never really seen them with no crazy sponsors and nothing like that. And they've always complained about money for real. It's a known fact. King of the Dot get paid less than URL battlers.
Yeah, but here's listen, man. I'm sorry, man. Maybe I'm biased, but you ain't finna tell me them white folks ain't got no money somewhere, bro. Like the brothers could come up with the buck, but the white man can't. You got
Yo, man.
you got 3-4 white men.
Yo,
You may tell me the brother could come up with the buck, and 3-4 white men who represent 3-4 different families can't come up with the buck.
you know what organic should have did though? I never understood why. Like, you know, the main guy is Lush One. You know what I'm saying? Lush One's the one guy. He got cannabis back in the battle rap. He got Diz the big battle versus the Mexican dude and Oxymoron and all that. You was supposed to get cool with Lush, man, because it seemed like he knows how to make shit happen.
You see him over there with Adam 22.
Yeah, now he's with no jumper and whatnot. Like, he knows how to make shit happen. He was running grind time at one point. He was the key. King of the Dot could have blew up more than what it was, I feel like.
Okay, RBE.
Okay, RBE. What do we like about him and don't like about him?
Yeah.
You know what I don't like about RBE, bro? When I sit back and I really think about it, it's like, all right. So URL is here. They doing their thing, right? Then comes RBE. Now RBE and URL got friction, right? When I sit back and I really think about it, I don't like the fact that this whole time y'all been going back and forth to the point that there's lawsuits and all kinds of shit going on. URL leaves YouTube. Now RBE just leaves the following year. Like, they're just gone now. In hindsight, it's like, what the fuck was y'all even beefing for? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When you really think about that shit. They just left. Now he just blogging on hip hop on that channel. Which is like, yo, what the fuck? Did like, I get it though. You know what I'm saying? You was tired of battle rap probably or some shit like that. I don't know. But that is wild. Y'all beefed all the way to the end. URL went to the app and then you just stopped. It's just like, what the hell?
That's crazy because they did have the advantage to clean up in the YouTube streets.
Yeah.
And dominate. Right.
I thought that's what they was gonna do.
And Smack them gave it to him. That was crazy. So you didn't even really have he didn't have no competition because remember, even organic them stopped doing
nothing. They wasn't really doing nothing.
Yeah, so they had it, but
you have free range of the whole YouTube. You have free range.
Did you ever talk to him behind the scenes to see what was with the frustration?
Nah.
You have a report with him though, right?
I guess, yeah. I mean, I don't really talk to him. But yeah, okay. I guess.
One
then you gotta look at it like this too. The Max House was lit at the time. Not even just the Max House, the Blue Room. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I see a lot of people saying
why would he quit when he just started getting the Blue Room
bro, that's what I'm saying.
And the battle rappers was interested in getting there. Like, oh, remember Rock? They brought me to the Blue Room.
Yeah, Good. I remember Good said he wanted to battle over there. So it's just like, I understand.
Why would you stop that?
I heard people saying he wanted to walk away. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is top of battle rap. I got League of the Year. I want to leave on a high note. I think that sounds crazy.
Do that even count for something?
Like,
that's something people say. That don't come with no reward. That don't come with no trophy, but no.
I don't know, but he damn sure left.
Okay. One thing I did like about RBE, I like that they didn't mind spending the money and pick up the big battles and pay the bag. I like that he did. And I would say this about ARP too. He tried to find new ways to make battle rap interesting. He would not just only put together a card. It'll have a theme behind it by which the battle rappers had to live up to, the closures, the all type of the money, win and lose. He always
battles.
Right. Yeah, all these things to make it interesting to want to look into that would just came with just more than battle rap. And he didn't mind spending the money and picking up the big battles. I like that about him, man. You know, that he was willing to spend, you know what I mean? And he didn't care. And he didn't let the battles grudges build up so long before pulling the switch on them. Like the URL would do, like, hold on, y'all should have been booked this battle.
Yeah.
And he'll come right in and
just to get it done.
Yeah, let's get it. I liked that about him. You know what I mean?
Plus, on top of that, it was also good for there to be another platform in case the URL wasn't getting the battler. a battle was dope. And like for instance, URL fell out with Big K. It was dope that he was right there, and we was able to see Big K keep battling. Because what if there was no RBE? We may not have seen Big K no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Fact. Because they did. Because that's fact. I would say that too. See, that's another thing I say about them. He resuscitated a lot of battle rappers' careers over, especially when they didn't do so well on
JC.
URL. Yeah, they didn't do so well over there. You got Math Hoffa.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when the URL get done with you, then you bring them back. He resuscitate their career, then they would try to play him every time and go back to the URL. Like,
Now I
look,
try to go
I'm
back
doing
over
good
there.
now. Yeah, I'm doing good now. You see, I just had 3 good battles on RBE. The people liking talking about it. He offered me this much, so terrible. So shouts out to ARP, man. He did a lot of good for the community, man. And he did care about what the people thought, and for the most part, always tried to do good business. So I would give him his props on that all day long. Moving on to the next topic.